ghouls, ghosts, girls, whatever you are, I'm Griddy and welcome to the Spooky Corner. And today's terrifying topic is the real Annabelle, because if you didn't know by now, the Annabelle movie is based off a real horrifying story that happened in real life about a possessed doll that I'm about to tell you about. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. Okay, so this all started about 1970 when a girl named Donna got a present for her mom, and that present was a Raggedy Ann doll. You already know that that shit is scary enough, alright? I mean, it may just be me, but when my grandma had a Raggedy Ann doll in the house, I used to go in there when nobody was around and I would see Raggedy Ann's little foot by the bed, and I would just bolt out because I knew something was wrong with that damn thing. It was creepy, man. So anyway, Donna got a Raggedy Ann doll from her mom. Now Donna was living with her friend Angie, right? Donna and Angie put the doll up. Everything was good. Everything was great. Until they started noticing that the doll looked like it was moving a little bit on its own. Now this could have all been a trick of the mind, right? Or maybe a trick that they were playing on each other. Until things got a little scarier. When they would come home, Annabelle would be in different parts of the house every time. So if they would leave it in Donna's room and they would come back from work and it would be in the living room, sitting on the couch with its arms crossed. And they did not leave it like that when they left. So automatically, right off the bat, right there, that shit would have been gone if that was me. You know? Like, you already know something's wrong. But for some reason, they were like, oh, it's just moving around. I mean, you know, what are you gonna do, right? It's just what dolls do. No, it's not. But I guess they decided, let's keep her. Until things took another turn. When they started coming home and seeing little messages written on parchment paper like it was in the Annabelle movie. This part was true. They would come home and they would find pieces of parchment paper with words like, with sayings like, help us or help Lou. Now Lou is their friend who we're gonna get to in a minute, right? But the scary part about the parchment paper is none of them had parchment paper in the fucking house. So things start to get pretty creepy after that, because Donna comes home one day and finds what looks to be like blood on Annabelle. So now Donna's finally getting, catching a whiff of what's going down in her own house, right? So she calls a medium, a psychic medium, and this medium does a seance in the house. And what this medium does is finally name the doll. This medium relays the message of a girl, supposedly of a spirit that is in the house named Annabelle, Annabelle Higgins, who supposedly died on that property way long before any of us were here. But that psychic medium said that the spirit of Annabelle is happy and feels safe with the girls. So the girls, being the brain surgeons they are, said, oh, well, tell her she can stay. Really? You just totally fucked yourself. That's when shit started going really wrong, because their friend Lou, who I mentioned before, was coming through and was like, what is this? This ain't right. But Donna and Angie were like, no, it's just a good spirit. What are you talking about? You crazy? This dude Lou was like, I don't know, man. So fast forward to when Lou and the girls were about to go on a road trip, and Lou was still not fucking with this doll. He was not trying to hear nothing about that possessed thing at all. He went to sleep the night before the road trip, and when he woke up in the middle of the night, and he was paralyzed. He could not move. All he could do was see. And what he saw in the darkness, what he saw was Annabelle creeping up his stomach. And she wrapped her hands around his neck and started choking him. She was like, oh, word? Oh, you talking shit, Lou? Oh, I'm about to choke you out. Supposedly Lou blacked out. He woke up the next morning. I guess he told everybody. Nobody believed him until they heard crazy noise coming from one of the rooms. And Lou, being the boss he is, he went and checked it out. When he went in the room, Annabelle was laying in the corner of the room. He went up to investigate and see what was going on, but when he did, he felt a presence behind him. And being the smart man Lou is, he turned around, but he saw nothing. But that's when he felt a sharp pain in his chest. He couldn't breathe, and he hunched over, and he was bleeding. And when he took his shirt off, his chest revealed claw marks, bloody claw marks. And once this happened, the girls, Donna, finally said, all right, we're gonna call a priest and take care of this. This is way too much for me. So she called the priest, and the priest was basically like, I don't know what you expect me to do about this. So the priest called another guy, and that guy called in the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren. And if you don't know who Ed and Lorraine Warren is, please do your research, because Ed and Lorraine Warren are the OG, triple OGs of the ghost game, of the demon game, of whatever's going on paranormal. The Warrens were where it was at, and they knew what was going down. So the Warrens came through, and as soon as they got in, they already knew what was going on. They felt it. And they said, listen, that medium told you the wrong thing. Wrong story. What you got here is a bad spirit that is not human, that wants to take possession of one of you. And if you were to have it for, I don't know, 2 more weeks, one of you is getting possessed. So they said, yeah, take it. Ed and Lorraine Warren put it in their car, and as soon as they did that, they felt really, really bad. They knew that they brought home something wicked, because in the car they were swerving, their car was stalling, and they almost got into a crazy ass accident until Ed Warren took some holy water and said, threw it right in Annabelle's face, and she calmed down until they brought it home. They put her in a chair, but they were having the same kind of paranormal experiences as the 2 girls. The doll was moving around the house, so they finally built a glass case for it with a sign that says do not touch, and they put it in their occult museum, which still stands to this day. That's right, you, my friend, can actually go see Annabelle. If you didn't know that, you can go see the real deal Annabelle. But I'm gonna warn you right now, before you go ahead and go do that, you have to know one thing. There are many stories about bad things that happen to people that decide that they're gonna test Annabelle. Annabelle is a strong, independent woman, and she's not gonna have none of that bullshit. Alright? So, 2 quick stories about that. Now, right before the Warrens put it in the case, they brought a priest over. I guess he was hanging out, barbecuing, I don't know what he was doing over there. But he was smacking Annabelle around, throwing the chair up. Oh, you're not scary. You ain't scary. Well, seems like Annabelle has is really good with automobiles, because yet again, this priest went home in his car and BAM! He got into an accident and almost died. And he called the Warrens and was basically like, my bad. Second story is later down the line, way later down the line, when they finally had Annabelle in the case and she was, a little more tame. This dude comes in with his girlfriend and he decides he's bad, he's tough, and he's gonna smash on the glass and talk shit. So Annabelle was like, oh, word? Oh, you wanna talk? Oh, okay, we'll see what happens when you get on your motorcycle. And lo and behold, BAM! He gets into an accident too, he dies. But his girlfriend survives. Ed Warren got wind of this and pretty much said, hey, don't fuck with evil. And that's the moral of the story. And if you got a haunted doll and it starts moving, throw it out, give it away, sell it, whatever you gotta do, but get it out. Don't be like these other fools and getting scratched and getting choked out. So that, my friends, is the real story of the real life Annabelle. Now, I got 2 questions before I end this. Question number 1, do you believe in this story? Do you think this is real? Now, I'm gonna put a link down below where you can read all this yourself and see the Warren's Occult Museum. It's a fact. She's in there. She is in there. You can go. But do you think that maybe they put a doll in there and they created this story to hype it up and they're gonna, you know, we're gonna make some money off of this, guys? Yeah. You think they did that? I don't think so. Second question is, would you go and visit Annabelle? Would you actually go check it out? And would you be brave enough to touch the glass? If you're brave enough to touch the glass, watch your ass. That's it. That's all the time I got for the Spooky Corner. Thanks for watching, and make sure you check out next week for some more spooky stuff.